Juan-o's world.
My baby mama trippin', she been going through my phone. Tired of me cheating, I can't leave these hoes alone. Hella pics, hella tips on my cash app. It's like, hold up
Woo, what up though, y'all? How y'all living? Now, recently we had a bunch of stuff going on in the YouTube street, specifically in Los Angeles. And I've come to the conclusion that you have to point out specifically Los Angeles, because the rest of California will be mad at you. But dig this here. We had a situation, we gonna call it a play, that was ran. Well, maybe somebody might have had a fight. Maybe they might have had an attack, maybe. But it got played real out of proportion. But in the process of going through this story, man, I heard some real amazing things about some extraordinary people. Now, amazing and extraordinary doesn't always mean positive. It don't always mean positive. No, it don't. But check this out. I would have to call this guy right here America's dumbest criminal. You ain't never heard a story like this. Let's check this out.
Grizzly in Detroit. But let's dive right into it. Tiny 4.0 would be a rapper out of the Rolling 40s, and he would go by King 4.0. But he would be in and out of jail so much that he wouldn't be able to focus on his music, really. And his first adult arrest was at the age of 18, where he was arrested on July 1st of 2019. And they would charge him.
I'm going to tell you something. You see a dude in black low-top Air Force Ones and a tracksuit, sweatsuit, jogging suit, get out of the area. Get right on up out the area. I don't even know what else to say about that. Who possibly is? Yeah, man, look at this guy's charge.
And 3 others with 1 count of robbery. And this would stem from a robbery that happened at Nordstrom in Torrance. Police got a call that day around 3:45 in the afternoon about several...
A robbery at Nordstrom. Now, see, I'm a hustler. I don't never want to disrespect how nobody feed their family. But realistically, how much is that worth? You get the same time for robbing Nordstrom's as you would robbing a bank. But that's the difference between Oakland and Los Angeles County.
Suspects stealing purses and spraying people with pepper spray in Nordstrom. The 4 suspects escaped in a vehicle, but with the help of witnesses, officers were able to locate them. And after a short pursuit, the suspect vehicle got into a car crash where all 4 suspects were arrested.
Come on now, man.
And they arrested 18-year-old Jeffrey Wright, 18-year-old Aaron Flenoy, 20-year-old Ahmad Jones, and a 16-year-old boy. But after sitting in the county jail for about 3 weeks, they would allow him to post a $50,000 bail on July 18th of 2019.
Now, fellas, look how young this young man is. And that's a $50,000 bail. That means somebody had to put down at least $5,000 and somebody had to sign for it. Now, as I look at this case, you know what I realized? This young man had some people that loved him. This young man had a family, because best believe the gang ain't put up that 5,000. And the gang, because gangs nowadays don't have no treasury. They don't have no treasurer. When I was young, looking at gangs, when I was a kid in the early 90s, they had a treasurer. There was somebody that took money from everybody and invested that money or saved that money, mostly invested it, but they made sure it was money for everything, because they collected money from gangs ain't even got that no more. But some of you don't know this. Black gangs started to protect black people from white people when we were assimilating into neighborhoods that we weren't allowed to buy houses in. See, some of these areas in Los Angeles County, black people wasn't allowed to own houses in them. So when the first few black people got money and they found a white person to buy the house for them and then move in, because some of y'all, a lot of y'all in LA then gave up y'all grandmama's house, but some of y'all haven't. When you look at the deed, the original deed that your granddad signed, some of them have encumbrances on them and policies on them that say don't sell to black people. So when your granddad bought that house and he went to work every day, his kids didn't tell him that the white kids was jumping on him. They knew they couldn't upset daddy. They knew daddy might they knew. So what did they do? They joined up with other black people that might have been from this side or that side. So now you got 4 and 5 black people walking to school together. That's what my great granddad came up here and bought our house. His son, my granddad, that's what he had to do. When he was walking to Northwestern High School before they took all the automotive mechanics and trades out of that joint, that's what he had to do to defend himself against the white folk. He didn't want to be a gangbanger. It was motherfucking necessary because you might get Carmelo Anthony with no knife. And back then, you can get your ass beat and still go to jail. But we're going to leave that alone for right now. We're not going to get into the black power.
He would then be a free man on the streets fighting this case. But for some reason, a month after he bailed out, he would have his bail revoked on August 9th of 2019. But after sitting in the county jail for another 2 weeks, they would allow him to post another bail of $75,000.
Another bail. So we had to do $5,000. Let me give him a pen. Because this guy right here is America's dumbest criminal. But I got a lot of nephews and I got a 15-year-old son. They dumb too. And Uncle Juan-o been getting money for so long and not spending it. Everybody think I'm rich. So this nigga got somebody like me that loves him that's paying this money. So we got the 5,000. Got the 5,000. And now the 7,500. And not to mention, you got to put up property to back this up. So even though it's 50,000 and 75,000, we just only gonna add up the 10% that people pay.
He would then be able to fight this case from the streets. But 7 months after bailing out, they would refile an old case against him. And they filed this case on March 5th of 2020. But as you can see, the arrest date is January 10th of 2019, which would be a year before. And on this case, they would charge him with 4 counts of burglary and 1 count of attempted burglary. He then had to sit in the county jail while fighting this case and a robbery case from Nordstrom. And 3 weeks after they filed that case on him, they would file another case on him on March 27th of 2020. But as you can see,
What the fuck, man? What the fuck are you doing? And this is why my son think the stuff he doing is okay. Because these niggas getting caught left and right for nothing. This nigga's an idiot.
arrest date's February 29th of 2020, which would be a month before he was arrested, and he was still out on bail. But on this case, they would charge him with 1 count of robbery and 1 count of accessory after the fact. He would then have to sit in the county jail fighting all 3 of these cases: the robbery from Nordstrom, the 4 counts of burglary and the attempted burglary, in this case. But after sitting in the county jail for 4 months, he would have the robbery and the accessory after the fact dismissed on July 16th of 2020. And on that same day of July 16th of 2020, he would take a plea deal on the 4 burglary counts and the attempted burglary.
Now, let me tell you something about the government. When they do this shit, they setting you up for the downfall. Because now you got 2 and 3 felonies on your record. And this in Los Angeles. Once you get so many, you lifetime. And this is something I know a lot of y'all young players, you're like, I got away with this, I got away with that, so you think it's cool to do. It's not cool to do. They really, like I'm writing down these numbers, they're really writing down them charges so they can make sure they get the maximum money off of your black ass being in jail. The lawyer gonna get the maximum money. The judge gonna get the maximum money for hours in the courtroom. Everybody is gonna get the and the bail bondsman. Everybody's gonna get the maximum money from your fucking ignorance. That's a fact.
Where he would have every single count dismissed except 1 count of burglary. And with that 1 count of burglary, they would give him 4 years in state prison. But he was still fighting the robbery case out of Nordstrom. But 3 months later, on October 7th of 2020, he would take a plea deal on that case. And they would give him 1 year in state prison and run consecutive. So in total, he had to do 5 years. However, after 2.5 years, he was released on parole in the end of July of 2023. He posted this picture on August 1st of 2023. And as you can see in the comments, people are saying, welcome home.
Dog, you can't tell me that ain't no setup. All them crimes, all them felonies, they let you out anyway? All right. This dude got the
In the
same
caption would
last
read,
name.
the energy's home. But a month and some change after his release, he would be arrested again on September 15th of 2023. and they would arrest him and 3 others for 1 count of robbery, 1 count of burglary, and 1 count of felon in possession of a firearm. And on that day of September 15th, officers were called to the 1100 block of East 33rd Street, and it was reported that a group of men broke into an apartment, tied somebody up, and stole his car keys. When police arrived to the scene, they found 2 out of the 4 suspects, 2 of them being Justice Lockhart and Aaron Flenoy, and they were taken into custody right away. And the LAPD helicopter would spot the 3rd suspect a few minutes later, and he was on the roof of the building. And at one point, he would even jump off of the building. And after he fell to the ground, officers yelled out, "Don't move," and "Don't."
Bro, you ain't getting no money for this. You risking your life more than the dude that robbed the bank. You risking your life more than the dude that just killed somebody. And you telling me on the gang, this is cool, these are acceptable activities? I don't think so. I'm to a point now where I have to ask people what it's worth. Now, never mind. We're going to make that
reach for your waistband. But seconds later, officers shot him with their service guns and less lethal rounds. But luckily for him, he survived. And minutes later, the 4th suspect was arrested after he tried to change his clothes and try to leave the area. And his name was Dayon Henderson. And his name would be Sleep Number 6 from the Rolling 40s. And he would be the one that went viral during this robbery because he would go on Instagram.
Look at this guy. This nigga got on Rapping Forte's chain. When I was a kid, them chains used to be the shit. That's a Rolex chain.
Instagram live and record the whole thing, saying it's over.
Yeah, I want to bang it out. It's over. This life, cuz. It's over.
Man, that's denial. That's fear.
I need you guys to send somebody right away. We have 4 young teenagers who are on the property. They just robbed a resident, and they're still on the property right now. They're roaming, and they're in a vehicle.
It was further reported that the suspects were possibly still at the location and attempting to force their way into other apartments. As a result, the radio call was upgraded to a hot prowl burglary.
And police are alleging that the victim is over the age of 65. But he would have to sit in the county jail fighting this case with no bail. But while he was in the county jail, he would be arrested for a whole nother case on January 1st of 2024. But as you can see, they filed it a month after he was arrested on February 16th of 2024. And they charged him with 2 counts of having a weapon while in jail and 2 enhancements. But 4 months after being arrested for that new case of having the weapons while in jail, they would allow him to post a $300,000 bail on May 9th.
$300,000. Now the $300,000, that means somebody got to put down $30,000. So we saw all these cases, right? So this guy is almost at $40,000. Whatever. He's almost at $400,000 in bail and $40,000 cash out of some. And that's the problem with you young kids. It'd be like, I ain't got nobody. Don't nobody give a fuck about me. All this bullshit. But nigga, some adult that's related to you, responsible for you, had to sign for this. And somebody else, if not that same person, had to pay this cash. Because they ain't have to pay the $300,000. They had to pay $30,000. They had to give up $30,000 to some white man behind a desk for your bitch ass doing these activities.
In 2024 for the robbery and burglary case that went viral with Sleep Number 6. In a few days after that, they would allow him to post $185,000.
Duh. Another bail. So now, here we go. $185,000. What's that? That's $18,500 to get out.
Bail for having 2 weapons while in jail.
That's
for a
4
total
bails
of
right now.
$485,000 bail.
God damn it, this another fucking bail? Listen. You know how I became a drug dealer? Because when I stole some shit, I got caught, and my mama said, nigga, stealing ain't for you. I never stole shit else. This nigga been caught for robbery, and he ain't even got a good belt on. You can't tell me he made a goddamn dime off the robbery. Not a $485,000. That will cost you cash $48,500 to get that bail.
But just 2 weeks after bailing out, he would be arrested again for another case on May 23rd of 2024.
Another case? This is why I said this nigga's the dumbest criminal I ever seen.
Where they charged him with 1 count of being a felon in possession of a firearm with 2 enhancements. But after sitting in the county jail for a little over 2 weeks, they would allow him to post a $200,000 bail for this case.
That's another 20 grand. Now, motherfuckers be talking about I ain't got no daddy, no family. Somebody is well over $100,000 already in bails for this little ignorant ass motherfucker who can't go get a job.
And they would allow the other 2 bails of $485,000 total to stand. So now at this point in total, he was...
Now, damn it, this nigga, just by my count right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This motherfucker's out on 6 bails. What bitch ass judge let this nigga out? What judge let him out? I tell you, one that's a part of this motherfucking system. This is crazy. And as a black father, CPS gonna come see me for fucking my kid up, for whooping his ass. But on the internet, my kid can see a motherfucker out on 6 different bails, not in jail, still doing robberies. Man, this nigga's in California with a pair of low-top shoes on and a sweatsuit with some crew socks on, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
About on a $685,000 worth of bails. And as you can see in these pictures right here that he posted on July 3rd of 2024, he would have 2 ankle monitors on. And in the comments, people
2 ankle monitors? You gotta pay monthly for ankle monitors.
Would be saying welcome home again. But on the day that he posted this picture, which was July 3rd of 2024,
my birthday. Fuck y'all mean welcome home. Y'all should be telling this nigga stay out of jail.
he would get a letter to appear in court. And this would stem from a situation that happened on August 3rd of 2023, where him and Sleep Number 6 were charged with 2 counts of carjacking, 4 counts of assaulting a person with a semi-automatic firearm, 4 enhancements, and 1 count of felon in possession of a firearm. In this situation,
Michigan ain't got 3 strikes, but this nigga would already been doing life. He in all these other cities.
Situation would happen out of Culver City, and he was arrested on July 16th of 2024. He then sat in the county jail for a few months fighting all 4 of these cases, which would be the burglary and the robbery with Sleep Number 6, having 2 weapons while in jail, the gun case, and now this case, which would also be with Sleep Number 6. But while he was in the county jail, he kept dropping music, where he...
Stop hanging with Sleep Number 6, you fucking idiot. That might be your man, but y'all can't commit crimes together. Y'all stupid.
would drop a couple of songs that he recorded over the jail phone. But after 9 months of sitting in the county jail, they would allow him to bail out for every single case. In the first case that he would bail out on would be the case with him in Sleep Number 6, to where it would be the carjacking and the assault with a semi-automatic firearm.
How much is this bail?
And he would bond out on April 23rd of 2025. But as you can see, the reason would be bond. But when you look at the bail, it wouldn't say a number. However, on that same day, he would post another $185,000.
It wouldn't say a number. This another 18.5.
Bail for having 2 weapons while in the county. And on that same day, he would post another $300,000 for the robbery.
This another 30,000. All these bails.
And burglary case with Sleep Number 6. And he would also post another $200,000 bail.
Another 20,000. Bitch, you can't tell me you ain't got a good mama, daddy, family. We way past $100,000 right now. This fucking idiot.
For the gun case. And on May 8th of 2025, he would post this picture on Instagram saying the energy's back.
And he's still out here in Jordans and Nike Techs and the Pooh Shiesty throwing up the hood. Nigga, you should be off the hood. This is why some of this shit don't make sense to me. Because if you was a real get caught ass nigga, the motherfuckers wouldn't sell you drugs. Motherfuckers wouldn't let you in on crimes. This nigga is a professional get caught ass nigga.
And the comments would say welcome home. But for some reason, 1 month after bailing out, they would raise his bail on the carjacking and assault with a firearms case. And on May 23rd of 2025, they would raise it to $5.7 million. And after that, Tiny 4.0 would go on the run. But after being on the run for...
Shit. Now, I don't know if you know this, but when you go on the run, your people lose all that money. This is several fucking $100,000.
2 weeks, he would be arrested and found on June 3rd of 2025. And on that day of June 3rd of 2025, he would pick up a whole new case because police would attempt to pull him over and he would take him on a high-speed chase that lasted about 2 minutes. Police would say that they spotted him at 10 o'clock in the morning and they would attempt to pull him over in Inglewood. But they would say that after the 2-minute chase,
I like Inglewood, by the way,
he would run a red light at the intersection of Centinela and La Brea. And that's when he struck another vehicle. And they would say that inside of Tiny 4.0's vehicle was another female and 2 children, aged.
See, and this is why niggas don't like bitches having their kids around niggas. Bitch, you got my kids in your car with some criminal ass nigga that's out on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bails. 9 fucking bails, and he's driving your car with my kids in it, bitch.
Is 5 and 9. And they booked Tiny 4.0 for the warrant in the 2023 armed carjacking incident, where, like we said, there was a warrant issued with a bail amount of $5.7 million. But in the new case that he caught on June 3rd of 2025, he would be hit with 26 counts. He would be hit with 3 separate counts of evading police, causing serious bodily injury. But 2 out of the 3 evading counts would have 5 enhancements on it, and the last one would have 1 enhancement. And he was also charged with 2 counts of willful cruelty to a child, and that would both have 5 enhancements on them.
Breaking news in Inglewood, that's where police pursuit has ended in a...
Now, to get out on the 5.7, somebody would have to put up $570,000 cash to the bail bondsman.
Crash. We know that police were following a car that they believe was suspected in multiple felonies, including robbery and carjacking. Right at Centinela and La Brea, and we can see 1 car badly damaged, and then right.
Man, it's so beautiful out there in California. It's so much money around. Your proximity to money is like right there. Why would somebody do any of this dumb shit? It's so many legal ways to be dishonest and make a lot of money. Why would you do this? Why?
Right to the left of it, we see another car and pieces of car all throughout the roadway. The good news is no one died here. As I mentioned, this started in Culver City.
But now at this time, he would be fighting 5 separate cases. This case right here, the robbery and burglary case with Sleep Number 6, where he went live on Instagram. The case of having 2 weapons while in the county jail. The gun case that he caught while he was on bail. In the carjacking. And
this is why me and Baby Shooter got into it. Yo, these niggas is lying. Ain't nobody whooped no ass. Because this nigga's going to jail for life. And if he stabs somebody in jail in the county, oh man, they gonna really hang it on him. That's how I know ain't nothing happened. They would have loved to charge this nigga with another crime. All his money, this nigga worth a lot of money. Not because he making good decisions.
The firearms case that he also caught with Sleep Number 6, which would be the case that they raised to $5.7 million. And in total, with all 5 cases, he would have a $6.9 million bail, where he's currently
a 6 with all cases, a 6.9. That means somebody got to put up $600,900 to get this motherfucker out of jail.
Currently in the county jail, but a year after being arrested, he would run into Shooter from 5 Trade Avalon. After Shooter was arrested on June 18th of 2026. But 3 days after Shooter was arrested, he would land in the same module as Tiny 4.0 and a couple of other Roland members. And that's when they would beat and stab Shooter for 30 minutes straight and make him jump on the county jail phone and apologize to T Grizzly and the Detroit people.
Hey, that's where I got to stop it at before I play this video. Them motherfuckers ain't called Detroit, number 1. Number 2, ain't nobody paying nobody to beat up Baby Shooter lying ass. Now, I'm not going to diss Baby Shooter because I just got off of YouTube. I mean, not YouTube. I just got off of FaceTime with this nigga. I ain't going to diss him. But he know he was wrong. He apologized for his wrong. And he's attempting, he told me he was going to attempt to set the shit straight. So I'm going to let him set the shit straight. I'm going to shut the fuck up. But nigga, please. You got all these charges. You out on $6.9 million worth of bail and still end up your dumb ass back in county jail. You gonna tell me, I don't know if you know this, but if you commit assault in jail, that's a whole nother crime, whole nother charge. You telling me this nigga did that? I don't think so. I don't even think this nigga taking fades in jail because he might get a fucking ticket. I know this ain't no ass whooping. Sound like somebody getting their booty grabbed, but I know this ain't no ass whooping. Yeah, that sound like some cheeks getting clapped, trying to kill me in here. Look here, if you said and did some bullshit to some people and they beat your ass for it, then why would you be apologizing? You already took the ass whooping.
Bro, I ain't got nothing to do with nothing, bro. Oh, man.
I ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Hey, bro, I ain't got nothing to do with nothing, bro. You didn't do nothing. I didn't do none of that shit, bro. You're not going to get nobody. I ain't going to get nobody or none of them, bro. Everybody clear.
And see, ain't nobody think Shooter was supposed to beat everybody's ass, but you done already got your ass beat. You might as well stand on it. But to me, I'm not stupid. I know all this was a play. Whether he admitted to me or not, they didn't beat his ass. But he did get them popping on the internet. This nigga, the dummy, the other nigga, the dummy, not the stupid one, but the dummy. This nigga, all his bail, if he'd have caught a charge like that in the county jail, that nigga in California be doing like.
Tell Detroit, yeah, you got the homie bugging him. And none of that great shit, bro. That great shit. On 40 crib, yeah, homie. On West Side 40, you know what's going on. It's 24, but no, we making it great.
Now this nigga, not a dummy snitching on himself. This nigga here, man.
And after that, Tiny 4.0 would post on his Instagram story, tell T Grizzly tap in, Amber Alert. And he would also post how him and ASM Wheezy from Rolling 30s got your boy from Avalon, aka Baby Shooter.
Dumbest shit in the world. Dumbest shit in the world.
And today there would be a video going around Instagram of Baby Shooter saying how he was stabbed and beat up by them for 30 minutes straight. And he would also
30 minutes straight, you wouldn't have no blood left in your body. I got a 30-minute blowjob last weekend. When I finally bust, I couldn't do shit else. I can only imagine getting my ass beat for 30 minutes.
Explain how he rolled it up.
And this is my first time being stabbed. I've been shot before. You know, nigga, hell yeah, I told them niggas I wasn't tripping no more, nigga, and I don't want no more, nigga, hell yeah, get up off me, nigga, done, nigga, you got me, you over here.
You sound like you did in that phone call. This nigga's an actor. He's a damn good actor.
Got me, nigga, this bitch, nigga, I'm famous for him now, nigga, getting back up again, nigga, he's still on it, nigga. I'm like, damn, cuz.
But luckily for them, as of right now, no charges would be filed.
Now look at this dude. Baby Shooter got this nigga beat by 80 pounds, at least.
But that right there's going to wrap it up for the story of Tiny 4.0 from the Rolling 40s. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in. But comment, like, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all.
I just talked to Baby Shooter. That nigga arm wasn't fucked up. Look here, man. Don't be no dumbass criminal. You may think that you can go rob a store and get $1,000 here, $1,000 there. Let me tell you something. I sold drugs for about 10, 12 years, right? When I got done selling drugs, my Uncle Damon, who had been working a job that whole time, he had everything I wanted and couldn't nobody take shit away from that nigga. Think about that. We out. He also the only person I could have called to help me out with a lawyer if I needed money. Think about that. Think about that. You stack your bread, you do something respectable, you gonna win. Cut all this clown shit out. It's no benefit to it. You end up having to be a clown for the rest of your motherfucking life. We out.
My baby mama tripped, she been going through my phone. Tired of me cheating, I can't leave these hoes.